Hello there. Welcome to the class Subject and Predicate. After completing this lesson, you will be able to define subject and predicate, differentiate subject and predicate, use subject and predicate of your own. We use words in group to speak and write. Words group that give complete meaning is known as sentence. For example, the sun sets in the west and birds fly in the sky are perfect example of sentence. A complete sentence has two main parts, subject and predicate. Subject is the naming part of a sentence and predicate is the telling part of the same sentence. We need both the parts to frame a complete sentence. Otherwise, it will not have a complete idea. Now, let us learn about subject. The subject, that is the naming part in a sentence, tells us whom or what the sentence is about. In the first example sentence, the sun sets in the west, the sun is the subject because it answers the question what? What sets in the west? The answer is the sun. In the next example sentence, birds fly in the sky, birds is the subject as it answers the question what? What is the structure of subject? How is it used in a sentence? Come, let's have a detailed look on subject. A subject can be a noun. A noun is a naming word like beam, Dora, John. Names of places like school, park, library, and names of animals or things like tiger, crow, bat, car, and so on. A subject can be a pronoun. Pronoun is a word used in the place of noun like I, we, you, he, she, it. And a subject can also be a noun phrase. Phrases are group of words that convey some meaning but not in complete sense. For example, the boys, my friends, the golden watch, and so on. Now, let us analyze some sentences and try to identify the subject in them. Julie rides bicycle. Here, Julie, noun is the subject. He is running happily. Here, he, pronoun is the subject. The cunning fox is planning something. Here, the cunning fox, noun phrase is the subject. Let us turn our attention to predicate. Predicate is the part of a sentence that tells us what is the subject about. For example, Mr. Jayendran is our professor. Here, is our professor, the telling part of the sentence is the predicate. Let us understand the structure of predicate. A predicate can be a verb. Verbs are action words like go, come, sit, stand. They can be be verbs that tell the state or condition of the subject. Am, is, are, was, were, and have verbs that tells the possession of the subject. Have, has, had. A predicate can be a verb phrase like is singing, have finished. A predicate can also be all the words after the subject, like is playing in the ground and went to the library. Let us work on some example sentences and identify the predicate presented in them. The fire burns. Here, burns, verb is the predicate. Suresh and Ramesh are fighting. Here, are fighting, verb phrase is the predicate. Yoga is good for health. Here, is good for health, all the words after the subject yoga is the predicate. Remember, we need both the subject and the predicate to frame a complete sentence. If we have only one part, then it is not the complete thought. If you have only the subject, for example, the fisherman, you have no idea what the fisherman is or does. Was he happy? Did he catch a fish? I don't know. Do you know? Similarly, if we have only the predicate, for example, is climbing the pillar, we will have no idea what or who is climbing the pillar. To have a complete idea, we need a subject followed by a predicate. That's it. Now, you would have become an expert in framing subject and predicate, isn't it? I hope this video helps you understand subject and predicate in a proper way. Thank you for watching.